Right, so this is on the, in the matter of Petitioner Nelson Cintron, 8875-307. If I could have the parties state their appearances for the record.
Alan Buttell, bar number 3031, appearing with Nelson and Ethan Cintron. They're both on blue jeans as well as myself.
Okay, great, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Daniels on behalf of the LVMPD defendants. In the courtroom with me are a couple officers who are needed in case we need to authenticate body cam footage.
Okay, all right, so is either side going to be invoking the exclusionary rule?
I would invoke the exclusionary rule as to the officers, Your Honor. I don't know if we want to have Nelson and Ethan separated. They're in the same room as the court can see.
Well, let me ask, is this just for, I mean, it's both the petitions for Nelson and Ethan, so I think they would stay.
Yeah.
I think
It
they would stay.
involves the seizure of both cell
Right.
phones, one from Nelson and one from Ethan.
Yeah, so that's fine, so they can stay in the same room and observe. So I don't know who you wanted to call first.
And I don't know if that's even necessary, Your Honor. I came prepared to authenticate that if we needed to, but
So today is an evidentiary hearing. I'm prepared to hear testimony from the officers as how those cell phones were taken.
okay. Then
Your Honor, if I might, did you want to hear from the Cintrons regarding the events that led to their phones being taken prior to the police?
So that's up to you guys if you want to. I mean, right now it's the state's burden to show that it was voluntary, right? And if you want to present evidence to the contrary, then I can weigh the evidence and make a determination.
I think it might be helpful for the process, Your Honor, if we hear from the Cintrons about their experience with phones being taken, but I'll leave that up to the sound discretion of the court.
Well, okay, so today is an evidentiary hearing, right? Your contention is that the phones were not taken voluntarily, and
Yes.
so that it then is in contradiction to the Fourth Amendment. So
Yes.
in that situation, it is the state's burden to show that that there is an exception to search and seizure under the Fourth Amendment, which is what we're here for today. So since it is their burden, I will have them testify. It is your choice as to whether or not you want your clients to testify or not. And I'm sure that that's something that you've discussed with your clients. So you may
Very
proceed.
well.
Then we'll call our first witness, Officer Johnston.
So we'll ask any of the other witnesses to step outside since the exclusionary rule is invoked.
I just come on up. Our clerk will swear you in. You may stand, please.
We do solemnly swear the testimony about to be in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Please be seated. Please state your first and last name and spell them for the record.
Shiloh Johnston, S-H-I-L-O-H, J-O-H-N-S-T-O-N.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Hello, Officer Johnston. Will you please state where you are employed?
With the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department in the Southeast Area Command.
How long have you been an officer?
Coming up on 6.5 years.
We have produced as Exhibit C, marked body cam footage number 1, extraction 1.3, video taken on July 27, 2023, regarding LVMPD event LLV 230-700-116823. And since we don't have that footage in front of us, for purposes of identifying the footage later, this video depicts the words Axon Flex 2 X83113421 written in the upper right-hand corner of the video, and depicts from the perspective of the officer an officer escorting a passenger from the truck and patting down the passenger, Ethan Cintron, within the first minute of the video. Have you seen this video?
Yes.
So let me stop you, counsel.
Yes.
Do you have the exhibit to potentially admit?
That was submitted to the court earlier, when we filed our motion. I don't have a copy here.
Another copy?
I don't, no.
Are you planning on paying it?
I'm not, no.
Well, how are you gonna have him?
But he's viewed it. I suppose,
Okay, let me just look at it.
okay.
Your Honor, if I might, I would object to
She's
them
not in here.
characterizing what's on
She just walked
the
out.
body cam.
The judge, the
The
court
body
walked,
cam.
Mr. Buttell, the court walked out.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
The video, we will check to see if the one is the one that you're talking about, and if that's something that you wanted to be marked.
Your Honor, are we back on the record then?
Yes, we're back on the record.
All right, I just wanted to register an objection to the officer testifying as to what's on the video without the video being played. If that was the intention of the, of Metro. I don't see how the officer can testify as to what's on the video without the video being played.
So I will tell you, so Mr. Daniels, what usually happens is that the officer will lead us through the video and what's happening as it's played. I mean, so that's what
Okay.
I was anticipating, because that's usually how it happens.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, maybe
Is it his body cam video?
this is body cam
Okay.
footage. We have two body cam footage. And I suppose we could do that, you know, and I hesitate, and I'm sorry I didn't make this more clear at the beginning. I don't know that this is necessarily important for this hearing, for this particular motion to return seized property, because, and this is getting into a whole other issue, but we've already acquired another warrant for
Okay,
this
so
property.
what they are saying is that the initial seizure was not lawful. So that's what I'm concentrating on. I understand that you got a warrant after, but so you're saying he voluntarily gave it up, they're saying, no, he didn't. So it's your burden to show that it was voluntary.
Okay, and my point to that is, suppose in the worst case scenario, it wasn't voluntary. Now, we have another judge who has taken a look at this, and I understand that there's evidence here, or that there's been this motion that's been made by the petitioners, and has granted a warrant for these two cell phones.
Okay, but then the initial seizure is not lawful.
Your Honor, and if I could respond very briefly,
Wait.
the court's making my
Hang
point.
hang on.
Okay, all
So
right.
this is so I understand that you have a post-seizure warrant that you got when you determined that the consent was no longer valid. Their contention is that initial consent was never valid, so that phone was seized against their consent in the initial seizure. So the post-warrants, if that initial seizure was not consensual, doesn't cure that issue.
Right, so you could potentially say, well, okay, then you grant them, supposing as a hypothetical, you grant them the motion, and then we just serve the warrant. We serve the warrant for the phones, the second.
That's usually not how it goes.
I don't see how that, so,
So the reason why I have this here for this evidentiary hearing is for me to make a determination as to whether or not that initial seizure was lawful.
okay.
So it's your burden to show that it was lawful, that it falls under one of the exceptions under the Fourth Amendment. So your contention is that it was voluntary, so
Okay.
that's what I anticipate that you would be doing.
Okay, so we can do that, and I don't know, and I apologize that I don't have a copy of this, well, that I didn't bring I'm not prepared. If we could, is there a way to view the CD?
Did you bring your computer?
I did not. Is there no projection possible? Okay.
And they can't see that.
Right. Sounds like we're gonna have to reset this. Okay.
Well, if I may make another argument, it's not only that the seizure was voluntary, but also that it was under exigent circumstances. We briefed that as well.
Okay. still need to have an evidentiary hearing about this. So, when is it, why don't you call the other officers in and
Sure.
let's figure out when everyone else is available.
So they have to appear in person. They can't be on the
So, Mr. Bita, in order for you to be able to view the video as it's being played, we need you all here to be here in court.
I am perfectly able to be in court. I have viewed the video. There is no consent on the video.
Okay, I'm not taking argument, I'm just telling you, we're gonna be resetting this hearing,
I-
and I will, but we'll probably need to have you all here so that you can view the video along with everyone else, and your clients as well.
I will happily be present physically in the court. There's just some issues with my mobility because I recently had a hip surgery and I'm going to have another one very soon.
Okay,
And so, the anticipated date of the right hip being replaced is early December. Here we are in early November. I don't know how soon the court wants to have the hearing, but I'll do my very best to be there whenever you said.
I can do it in a week, I can do it in 2 weeks, I can do it quickly.
Yeah, we could do, I'll offer this real quick. I don't know if this is a possibility, but potentially we could have someone from my office right now call in on the Zoom and then share video through the Zoom,
You don't have Zoom, I'm not
or
really
Blue
sure.
Jeans, sorry. I don't know if you can share video through Blue Jeans.
You can,
I'm just trying to figure.
that may make it very awkward for you, because here's the thing, usually it's like stop, start with the video, right? Because when you're walking through it, usually, in the evidentiary hearings I've done, it's, hey, do you recognize that? Yes, is that your body cam? Yes, and then you start it up again. Describe to us what you're seeing, like that kind of thing.
Well, can I also talk, so I am unclear on what the issue of authenticity, is the other side saying that these are not body cam footage from the incident? See, I've tried to communicate with the other side about, hey, can we resolve this so we don't have to go through this process of authenticating, because the question.
Let's ask, Mr. Buttell, do you stipulate to the authentication of the video?
Your Honor, I
So
don't think that.
here, hold on, let me specify. I understand that you take issue with what is represented on the video as showing that it was voluntary, right? Because your contention is there's no audio, your clients didn't consent, but that doesn't actually go to the authenticity of the video itself. Do you understand the distinction?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so
And
do you have any
I-
objection to the authentication of the video?
I am not going to accept Metro's representations that this is authentic. I want to hear it from the officer himself.
Okay, so
That
it
this
sounds
is
like he doesn't.
accurately and fairly depicting what happened on that particular day.
Okay, so it sounds like you'll need to authenticate it.
Understood.
So, can you all be available next week on Thursday? Same time?
What date is that?
That's a Thursday the 9th.
I am out of town starting that day.
Oh, you are?
I feel like the 14th, I believe.
Oh, it's-
Florida.
Huh?
I'm sorry, you're right, it's in
Let me see what I got on Wednesday. So you start out of town starting on that day?
On the 9th.
Okay, let me see if I can maybe do it on the Wednesday.
These are courtroom.
We'll find a different courtroom. We can do it. Well, they don't use our courtroom till the afternoon, yeah, so if we do it right after our civil calendar. So if everyone could check their calendar to see if next Wednesday, the 8th, potentially works, I'm gonna look. Make sure that-
Your Honor, I am available on the 8th.
Okay. Yeah, I think we could do it on Wednesday at, any motions? 10:30? We can do it, yeah, next Wednesday at 10:30, does that work? Okay,
Yes.
great, did you wanna take that, CD back with you so that you,
That would be, is that, I'll bring the same one, that I've got a copy.
Why don't you take it, and
Okay.
you can bring it, and then, because I know that you said that there are 2 videos. I only have the
They should be on both.
both, okay, so you may need to separate, do you need them separated? Yeah, for the exhibits, there are 2 body cam videos, but they're both on the same CD.
Yeah, they're gonna need to.
So you're
Because
gonna
if-
need to.
Because if we admit one and the other one's not admitted.
Understood.
Yeah, so we'll need to have you separate those out.
I apologize for this.
Not a problem, all right, so we'll see you back next Wednesday at 10:30.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, officers.
Yes.
So you're using a laptop, right?
Yeah, you have to be able to play it.
You have to play it.
So what you can do is you can sign on to Blue Jeans
Okay.
through your laptop and then share it on the screen.
But they're all coming in person. so-
Yeah, they're all coming in, oh, that's right,
Yeah.
if they're coming in person, it won't be a big
So
deal.
we'll do it through our system, but you have to have a laptop.
So-
And you have to play it
From our laptop. And how do I connect?
There's some.
here's the instructions right here.
Okay, great.
You do that in a trial, so you're gonna plug that little thing in
Oh,
your little
okay.
laptop. It works pretty good, yeah.
I'll probably be here like half an hour or more. just to
Okay,
make sure.
yeah, we
So-
can test
so
it
plug
before we
in,
start.
And this broadcast signal to the.
Basically, yeah, it goes to all the TVs,
All right,
yeah.
okay, thank you so
All right,
much.
You're welcome.